just take some. Well, you don't even have to take notes. Just
No, I'm not. I'm not ill. I just I'm going to retire early because I just go on, and I want to get rid of the cold, and I'm almost at the end of it. I'm okay.
okay.
Can you hear me? Am I gullible?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it is very bad audio. So I can hear you, which is better than better than before. So
Okay.
so I did. Was it last week or the week before we talked about going into groups and working into groups?
Yes.
Now, this is one of the things that I really would like to have a conversation about and make the bulk of what we talk about today. We will get the other stuff done, but it's actually about the group is a critical part of your overall strategy. So if we do a recap, you've got the group Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies, correct? Yeah.
Yes. That's my group.
Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies. Now, okay, and did we clarify that the signature style and stamp is going to be another group?
No, we didn't. We spoke to that, but we never finalized it because I had said that the purpose and the intention that I had was to take signature style and stamp and ultimately blend it into Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Now it's just about getting the email list, discovering who's really interested based on the target person that's there, and then ultimately adding them into the Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Okay. And as far as putting them into the group or having a separate group, I hadn't thought to do that. We did mention it.
Okay.
But I don't know if I want to have two groups right now, or is it necessary, is my concern.
All right. So what I want to do today is we'll do a broad overview of running and managing a group, because this in itself is an art. And there's some certain things that need to happen every day to get the group happening and to get the engagement, because this is where Facebook is going to be focusing in the future. And this is, so if you could think of another sales funnel type arrangement, and it's going to be whether you decide to have Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies as an open group where you attract not a public group, but a group that's free, where you attract the bulk of people. So you're feeding them in. It's almost like if you can think of it as not so much a sales funnel, but a sales circle, because I'm a very visual person. Let me see if I can do this and explain it, how this works, because it's not a linear path like a sales funnel. That's one part of it. But so we've got live broadcasts. They're your foundation. That's your live broadcast and your ebook. So your live broadcast, your call to action is to get the ebook, right?
Yeah, I'm happy. I've only had 2 people outside of people I know who asked for the book yet. So we'll see.
That's okay. That's okay, because it will take some time and some dedicated action. And this is where this is what I want to share with you in the next couple of weeks, is actually how to be first how to run your own group, set up and manage your own group, but equally, if not more importantly, is to get followers from other groups. So there's 2 things that you can do on Facebook. One is pay to get your followers, and the other is to engage to get your followers. So it's either time or money. I'm not doing any paid ads to get followers. I'm building my own community, and you see what's happening in Women in Business Adelaide.
Very good, yes.
We've got masterclasses happening. We've got people engaging. We've got daily themes. It's tough when you're doing it by yourself, but I do know people who have done it by themselves. If you do have admin support, I'm going to suggest that if you've got someone to do some process stuff, get them to do it. Things like scheduling posts or scheduling posts, however you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll talk about themes. We want to set some daily themes for in the group. Something that will not what you want to give, but what your leading ladies want to receive. So now we go back to Eleanor and we say, what is it that she wanted? When you spoke to her, what would she come into the group for? And what would get her engaged? So we go back to that, because otherwise, if we don't keep going back to that, the whole exercise is pretty much a waste of time. So in the folder, I've written up your target profile. I'm not quite sure exactly what it looks like, but let's just see if I'm having trouble getting into Google Drive at the moment, which is
okay.
So we're gonna. I'm going to leave it, because otherwise I may end up without our what do you call it?
Zoom.
Zoom, and I don't want to do that.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm sharing screens.
Yes.
Now before I do that, so live broadcast, call to action, get ebook, in leading ladies, leaving legacies group. And it's not a linear process. So if we can think of it as more a organic process where people might come into you. I'm not doing a very good visual here, but I'm just trying to do maybe a bit of a mind map. I don't know if you work with mind maps or not, but and so people might come in from live broadcast. Hang on, live broadcast into here, and then get ebook. Signature style. This is like very, very crude. I'll just unshare screens. I can. So let's just. This is very crude, but is that back to front?
That's okay. I follow. Yes.
So your
live broadcast.
Live broadcast. Your call to action is the ebook, and then you feed them into the groups. But also down here, you're going to be from the group. You'll be feeding them back out to live broadcasts and also back to the ebooks. They might not actually come in through this process, so they might come in through other ways as well, and they might come in through your mini chat. But the end goal is to get as many people into your signature stamp and style programs. So you've got your tiered now. You've got your different programs. So you get those people into here, but this is not a linear process, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So we've set up so far. We've got the landing page, we've got the ebook, we've got the chatbot welcome message that's got the link to the landing page. So your call to action in the live broadcast is send a message and get them into your chatbot, or click on the link above, which is your pinned post, correct?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Let me see. Let me show you.
Call to action in the live broadcast. I'm doing, the Tuesday and Thursday, and the call to action is asking them to connect with me on the
Messenger.
In Messenger.
Yes.
So I'm saying, can't wait to see and meet with you. Please connect with me on my Facebook private messenger page.
Yes. So your
Oh.
Facebook Messenger, send me a message. And send me a message for your free ebook. So when people send a message, let's see if I can do that here. So because people they won't come in here and this is gorgeous, by the way. This is lovely, what I'm looking at.
Yes.
But they won't come and click on it automatically. We have to give them some encouragement. And if your call to action is this, send the message.
Send message. So I don't ask them to click on that. I just ask them to send the message in my send.
You can just ask them to send you a message and they get this automatically. You say just click on send message and you can get you download your book straight away. And then they'll click on the send message. And it could be send message here, or it could be send message. Let me see, for a page. It could be to viewers page visitor. So it could be send message on the pinned post. What you can do after you've done your broadcasts, I don't think you can do it while you're broadcasting, but I'll show you a little trick. And this is recorded, so you'll be able to go in and do it after your broadcast. Send message.
So in Adair, because I'm so anal, do I ask them to send a message to me that they want the book, or ask them to click on the send message?
You just say, just click on send message and you'll instantly get the book.
Okay.
So if I go, see if this works, click on send message and you can see that this has popped up.
Oh, okay.
Download your free ebook. And this one is there we go. Download your free ebook.
Okay, so I can just I said, listen, I'm happy to see you here, but I'm really wanting to be of service to you. So just click on the send message and you will automatically get your free ebook. It's easy, it's fun, it's whatever, blah, blah, blah.
It will pop up in your inbox. And
they have to give me their email and their name and whatever. Okay.
And then they click on it and it comes to here.
All righty.
So we'll focus on that as a call to action for now when you are talking to people. So we've got, and that will change as we move through the process. But right now we're only going to focus on the one.
Okay.
I'm not going to do the email sequences because that was another thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I think that was what your homework was picking 3 videos that we could send out.
Yes,
to people.
I remember. Yeah.
So that still needs to be done, but and I haven't been into the get response yet, so that's something that I will look at today. Yeah, get response.
I sent you what Carla sent me. She said that at this point in time, with all this crazy stuff going on with Facebook, they weren't able to do that. So we'll see.
Okay, so I'll have a look and see, because if people give you their email addresses, then there should be a welcome email, at least one email go out to them.
Yes.
So, at least one. So
I have 2 people there, and then I have to find out how. Okay, good. Yeah.
Now, the other thing I did do last week was I sent out, you've got 5 people on your ManyChat subscriber list. What I might do, and I'm just thinking out loud and on the go here, until we get the other sequences set up properly, I want to do a welcome email that doesn't promise stuff to come until we've got the stuff to come. So it's a work in progress.
Okay, well, that's one of the things I recall that you asked for, and I did some work on some of that. I wanted to go over that with you. I did a quiz, and I think you said have 2 to 3 things ready for them.
Yes. So when that stuff's ready, then we'll set up the sequences. But right now, we'll just send out one welcome message, and then each week when you've scheduled your broadcast, they'll get a link with a bit of a précis about just one paragraph and saying, watch the show, watch the replay, or if you're inviting guests, if you want people to pop into your show like April and Roy do, we can put the guest link there as well. If you don't want that, we don't give them the guest link. We just give, okay, so Joy to do. Okay, so this is work in progress, and we need to get back to groups.
Yes, and I have a question for you about screen share. So before we say goodbye, I want you to, if you can show me something there. I'm missing something there. But groups, let me say to you, I have a list of groups that I've been advertised. 3 of them are in Australia. You probably know. One is the Social Media Visibility Lab. Are you familiar with it?
Is that with Molly Mahoney or?
No. I know Molly Mahoney, and Molly Mahoney is great. Molly Mahoney is her thing doing, and I love her and I applaud her, but that's not my avenue. No, I can't think of her name. It's something Linelli. I'd have to look it up. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 businesses here, groups that I want to post in. I've been posting in, but I don't know if they're the best groups for me. So
I can't hear you.
Oh, I went
12
again.
groups you want to post in?
Yeah. Well, I don't. I have 12.
12 is way too many.
I don't know
I can see you talking, but I can't. Let me stop the share.
I can't. I don't know what it is. What do I do?
I don't know if you can. This is high tech. I don't know if you can wiggle some connections on your computer with the audio, or.
Well, where do I go to wiggle? I mean.
So you've got no connections, no microphone connections?
I have the mic that goes into the back of my computer that's down here on the floor, and then I have the wires and the earplugs and things that I use for my broadcast, and all which I don't need here for Zoom.
Can you try and just plug them in, and we'll see if that works?
Plug them in my ear?
Yeah.
These are, okay. Let's see. I don't know. The sound is not good. Now, see if I can hear you. Now, what do I do? Can you hear me?
Okay, it's still very, very fuzzy.
See, let me just turn this off. Say something now.
Hello, testing.
Yeah,
testing.
I can hear you.
You can hear me
okay? Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
yeah,
but it's just shocking audio. It really, it's never been that bad.
I don't know. I know that I did one show where the audio was so awful that I have to do it over because it was about this Discover style. So my friend who's a radio broadcaster, he said to me, go over to the guitar place and talk to them about a microphone. So I just called the guy today to come over here and look at my system and try and, but get me set up where it's better.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's really not good, and I don't know what it is. It's not the computer, because I just had the computer cleaned and tested. So it's something in the mic system.
It's something there. Well,
I can see you clearly and I can hear you clearly. Yeah. Well, they gave me a whole list of things that I need to get to plug in.
All right. So we'll do what we can with what we've got. You'll find when you get the recording of this that it will be when you listen to it back, you won't be able to hear you. But so I'm thinking for the last half hour or so, maybe I'll talk and you listen.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
If you have questions, perhaps type them in the chat for Zoom.
Yes, that's good.
and that way I'll be able to sort of we'll actually capture them, and I'll be able to answer them. So you did say about you had a question about the Be Live screen share. All
yes, right. I'm not able to get pictures that I want to show on my Discover Your Signature Style and Stamp.
Okay, all right. So we might need to do a quick tutorial on that. All right, so the groups now.
Yes,
12 groups is way too many. Way too many. I suggest now I've got several groups of my own, and I try and interact in other people's groups as well to help them build their communities, because and part of your strategy as a thought leader in your specific industry is to be engaged and be involved and be adding value and contributing to the discussions in the groups. So how you choose your groups goes like this. You choose your groups based on where your target profile is. So where would Eleanor go in groups? What would her, we can now, we've got very, very specific with Eleanor, and you've got words that she uses that you'll use in your description of your groups, in different things that you do. You will be using her words, but let's just pull it back and broaden it out again, and we'll go, what would some of the general interest areas be for Eleanor? Would they be social media?
Financial.
Okay, so let's say Eleanor interests.
Entrepreneurial women who are starting businesses.
Financial entrepreneurial groups?
Yes.
Sure. Do you think she would be interested in groups who would have male and female, or female only?
I think she would be interested in predominantly female.
So mainly female.
Yeah.
We are making some educated guesses here, because what we've done is we've gone specific, and now we're pulling back out to get a broad sort of demographic type view. What about personal interests? Do you think?
Loves to travel.
Travel, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, travel. What about things like, I'm just wondering whether reading or TV viewing habits, films, would she like films, theatre?
Loves films and theatre. Loves films and theatre.
Films / theatre.
Mm-hmm. Also, she's Russian, so she likes different cultures.
Different cultural experiences, or different cultures.
Traveling, exploring different people, different lifestyles, different cultures.
/ travel and experiences. All right. Now, what I normally get people to do is to write at least 30 of what you think Eleanor's interests are. But I'd also like for you to write at least 30 of what yours are. And so if you did, say, 30 of Eleanor's.
That would be easy for me.
And 30 of yours. Now, where we start, where the sweet spot is have you seen like the Venn diagram?
No.
There's like, it's like three circles that interact.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the middle of that is where we start. So we've got, there's Eleanor's interests, there's your interest. I don't know what the third one is, maybe Facebook groups. And where in the middle is where you've got the same interests, and there are Facebook groups that support those interests. Okay, so this is how you make a choice about where you go and where you interact, because your sole purpose, your strategy for being in these groups is to attract clients.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's either a bit of time in the groups or it is money. So it is absolutely working out what her interests are. So you really have to be like, and I'm thinking immediately financial would be one, and entrepreneurial groups. And if you look at entrepreneurial groups for women, you would have, oh my God, so many Eleanors in there.
I know. There are tons of them. Too many. Okay.
So you are probably in a heap. Now, the women in my entrepreneurial group, Women in Business Adelaide, are mainly healers and hypnotherapists, NLP. I've got a couple of lawyers and some accountants. Mostly they're NLP hypnotherapists, because that's what I was, and that's what I love, to attracting coaches, life coaches, that type of thing. Now, you might think, are they your ideal client? Or you might go, well, I love Adair's group, but the people in there are probably not. They may not travel. They might, do you know what I mean? So they might be more focused on the spiritual stuff and less focused on the things that you would, the interest areas that you have. So then you would go, well, that's probably not a group that I would work in first. Now there's so many groups. There's one's called let me just share my screen, and I'll show you how. I'll show you how to do a search. We'll just go to the home button here. Now this is the most abysmal search engine on the planet. The other monopoly, or the duopoly, Google, actually holds that title in having the best search engine, but Facebook is shocking. So we go to our home tab, and then we'll go up here to search, and let's go for search for, let's see if I can spell it, Uriel. See if I poke the right buttons there. No, I didn't. Entrepreneur. I've got, my computer is running so slow. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneurial women
in finance.
And I think I still spelt it wrong.
That's okay. They'll still take it.
Well, so then what you do then, this is how you search for it. So then you don't click on any of these. You come right down to the blue one down here. Can you see that?
Yes.
And click on that. But what that does is that comes up. Now you can see here you can choose posts from entrepreneurial women, people, photos, videos, pages, places, groups, apps, and events. So have you used this search at all before?
No.
Okay, so
not really.
So you can see here, this is Entrepreneurial Women Mastermind. This is Mindset Mastery for Entrepreneurial Women. You can see that there are 310 members there, Inspired Entrepreneurial Women. Now so these are groups, but you can go to pages. You can click on pages and see pages. There we go. There's a heap of, I'll show you in another session actually where to find individuals on pages. But today we're going to focus on groups because this is big.
Well, can you use pages too?
I use pages to find people as well, but what has happened is that people now find me. I spent the first 12 months finding people, and when you reach critical mass, for some, then they start finding you.
That's good.
But you've got to hustle. And I know that you're prepared to roll up your sleeves and hustle, which is why it's just such a joy working with you, Joy. So let's say, all right, we want to show, and you can filter results. So we're looking specifically at groups. We're looking at groups for entrepreneurial women. Now you can do different searches. You can do women,
financial in there.
You can do entrepreneurial women, and you can write financial as well. We'll see what comes up. And there's got to be more than that. Let's do so you can just financial executive woman. So let's just have a look here. Well, women's financial empowerment opportunities, there's probably, I'd have a guess and say that's probably MLM, but they might not be. Financially fierce females global, financially empowered women. Now these are fairly small groups. It also shows me who of my friends are in these groups. If you've got friends that are fairly high profile friends, and that's only 46 members, so I'd actually suggest
what I see here that appeals to me is the second endings empower women through employment and financial independence, because it's women who are merging back into the workforce.
Okay.
Moms, mothers, and opportunity to build a second career.
So this one here, though, all right, so let's say that you're interested in that. So we'll just open another tab and let's have a look. We'll keep these here. So I just clicked Control and then right-clicked, and it opens up the tab for the group. The title has appealed to you because that is what you are going, okay, that looks pretty good. This is a public group. Now,
not this one. The other one below it is what appealed to me, but this is okay.
Oh, okay. So
the other one appealed to me. Second endings.
That one?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's have a look
at that one. Because with this public speaker that I'm working with, which is what I want to do a lot of public speaking and get out, it's women who are emerging back into the workforce.
Yes.
And starting careers after raising a family or having a family and so on and so forth. So young women.
Beautiful. Now, this is a public group as well. Now, I am usually... I'm usually a bit suspicious about public groups.
Okay.
But I would say look at them, make your own mind up. Some of these groups you've got to join the group to post and comment. Closed groups to me have more of a community feel. A public group is more like, so let's say if we liken it to, like, the analogy is a public group is like going to the mall.
I understand. I get it. I really do.
A closed group is like going to a coffee shop inside the mall where all your friends hang out.
Mm-hmm. So I get that. So I'm with you all the way. That's why I changed my group, the leading ladies, from public to closed. Yeah.
Yes. Secret group is like having somewhere where nobody knows the address until the last moment where you're having a meeting.
No, we're not ready for that yet. Okay.
So the first thing you do. Let's
go back to the one that you looked at that you thought I was interested in, just to see that and compare.
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to let you do that in your own time.
Okay.
So you can go back. What I'll do is I'll show you the process.
Okay.
Because then you can go back and you can search for groups and you can search for different names. You can do different iterations. And you could do financially empowered women. You could do financial entrepreneur women, women who are financial entrepreneurs, all those types of things. So you can, as creative as you can get in that search bar, then you'll see what comes up. But always click on groups. When you've clicked on the groups and you see these, you pick ones. You can pick ones with lots of members. Here we are, Financially Sassy Women's Club. There's got 1.5 members. Financially Free Entrepreneur, 6,000 members. Some of these may be membership groups of people who have got multi-level marketing companies, and they go and they may have their team in there. You'll know by when you look at the description. Always look at the description.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's a community group designed to give stay-at-home mothers, daughters, wives an opportunity to build a second career. Now that you say yes, that is your target audience, okay? They're committed to identifying opportunities on flexible terms such as work from home, part-time projects, short-term projects, or even full-time employment. So the people that you want could possibly be in this group. All right. So then now it's saying kindly ensure the group is used by all of its members for the purpose of recruitment and hiring only. You are invited to share your hiring plans, your own resumes, articles, etc., to guide others in their career search. Now, I would say until we do more training on where to find and how to get people that you really want to connect with, I wouldn't look at this group.
Okay.
Because the purpose of the group, if you were hiring someone, or you were going to let me back up a bit on that, because you might be able to say you're invited to share your hiring plans, your own resumes and articles to guide others in their career search. Well, actually, no, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Some of the stuff you offer is perfect for the woman coming out of the home that's looking to go back into the full-time workforce. Mm-hmm. So you could actually do articles and you could say, let's have a look. There's no new posts today, 11 in the last 30 days. That's not a huge amount. It's not a very active group. You can see need to is admin. Most of these looks like the groups originated from India.
It does, yeah.
And if they're not your target, then don't spend time on it.
No.
So you can have a look, and I would say that they're probably not your target, but this is the process that you go through.
Got it.
Okay, so it's
Are these the members in that group?
Pardon?
Are these the members in the group that you're looking at now?
Yes. Oh,
okay.
So you can have a look at the group members, and here, admin moderators. Nitu is the admin. Mm-hmm. She's only got one. So then you go, nice group, but not for me.
Yes.
There's over 100 million groups on Facebook. You're never going to run out of looking for groups.
What's the smallest number and the max number that I look for in groups? No one under 500 or what?
Well, that's something that I would suggest is if they're groups with around even 150 and they're just sort of getting started, there is massive opportunity for you to go in. If you've got groups with huge amounts of people, thousands of people, you can get lost in the crush. So if I would say numbers don't matter. What really matters is how active the group is and how much you feel that you can contribute to solving the problems of those women. So if there's 30 in the group and they're just starting and they're active and they're supporting each other, and they might have someone who works on, works on makeup or something, they might have someone who works on physical fitness, or you don't know, then you'd be able to go, all right, well, these women, the purpose of women, this group is to help women feel good about themselves. Well, I'm in there. There's only 30 women, but I can really add value.
Yes.
Okay. So this is something, so you go through this, do different searches up here. Women financial advisors, there might be women for employment opportunities, and read the description of the group. Have a look. Couldn't find anything. Well, that's amazing. Facebook, you are sucky. Let's go. Was suggesting it too. There's ones like, this is another one that I helped start, Smart Chicks. Now they started in Adelaide. I'm friends with both Courts and Kirsty. They are you can see I've 25 unread posts. They've got about 2,000 members, and they're very active. Very, very active.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you join these groups to see how they're run, and then you look at them and go, well, look, you can see they've got that's Courts and that's Kirsty. Courts is on the left-hand side. You can see that they've got different days, and they have themes for every single day. Now, the members are respectful. The members will come in and they will talk. You can see research day. People come in. The reason people get business is because they get to know each other. So this is from a perspective of being a member in a group and offering value. So these have got help. So you can see here they're asking questions. They are interacting, and people are interacting with them. Mm-hmm. So go through the groups that you said you've got 12 groups.
Yeah.
I would go through those groups. I would see if your ideal client is in there. And now this is again another coaching session for another time, but I will show you very quickly. No, actually I won't, because you wanted to see a couple of other things and we're out of time. So I just want to...
Yeah. I just wanted to see the screen share, but I get what you're saying about the groups. You're saying that 12 is too many, so what should I concentrate on, 5?
I would say if you have the time to interact at least 3 times a week in each group, then 5. I usually suggest no more than 3, because if it's 5, you're spreading yourself too thin. And what you're really wanting to do is to develop relationships with people. You're wanting to get people to get to know who Joy is, and you want to start to connect and develop relationships with other people as well. And you also get to know the daily themes. Now, in your group, because I did want to make a few, let me see if I can, leading ladies, leaving legacies. In your group, there's a couple of little homework tasks I had for you here.
Yes.
I just want to... I like the silhouettes. I think they look good. Okay. So in your group, if you come into... You can... Oh, you've got that as pin post. Cool. They now have announcements. I don't know where they... where the announcements... They must be rolling it out. You can have up to 10 announcements, but you've still got pin posts, so we'll leave that at the moment.
Ooh.
If you come into edit group settings, you've set up the group, so you would be aware of this?
Carla set it up for me.
Okay, all right. So you want to edit your group settings. Okay. So now you've got the description. Are you a leading lady? Do you like to empower other women, support them to stand in their power and greatness? Are you not afraid to be a leader? You love helping others. If this sounds like you, you're invited to join our group. You'll be among women who enjoy being smart ladies surrounded by like-minded women, working to inspire and leave a legacy of hope and purpose for other women. That's really lovely. I would suggest that you, because you're discovering your signature style and stamp as well in this group, I would be putting some of Eleanor's words in there. And I would also be focusing on the problem. Now, I didn't really, I still have an issue because I love to sell the benefits. That's where because I'm more naturally positively motivated. But you'll find if you go back to Sean D'Souza, people go out of their way so they don't step on the dog poo on the pavement. So they are motivated by avoidance rather than attraction. So those of us who are educated around the law of attraction, we understand this and we know that like attracts like. Most people don't understand that. Most people go, well, I don't want to step on the dog poo. I'm going to do everything in my power not to step on the dog poo. But you're not even putting dog poo here in their path. Like, you're not saying, what is your problem that I'm going to solve for you? So we go back to Eleanor. We say, what was her problem? What was her biggest problem? So there's
her biggest problem was wanting to be able to pull together an elevated and polished and upscale look that fit her to a T.
Beautiful. So that's really specific. So I would actually be saying, because that's what you're doing in here.
So I could say, like, are you a leading lady? Do you enjoy being polished, elevated, and pulled together? How would I put that? And you
could use words from your about section as well, because your about section was designed on Eleanor's words.
It's all about,
You could use those words, so it is consistent and it does flow. The other thing to do here in the description is to think about what you want. You've got here, you'll be among women who enjoy being smart ladies, surrounded by like-minded women, working to inspire. That's beautiful. You can leave all of that there. I think you get around 3,000 characters in this bit. But I would also put because this is like the benefits as well. I would also put, what is the expectation of me? So if I come to the group, what can I do? What will I get out of it? So there's the benefits, but we sell the problem first. So we're saying, do you want to know how to pull a wardrobe together that fits you so you look classy and sassy, and those words that Eleanor used, and then join the group. And these words are beautiful, but I think you need some more in front of them and then around them. The back is also as part of the description. You would also have the daily themes. Now, one of the things that you can do is the groups that you're already in, the one that I showed you, Smart Chicks, have a daily theme. We have a daily theme in Women in Business Adelaide, and each of these daily themes is designed to give cues for people to start interacting. Because if they don't have anything, what you'll find is that women will come into the group and they'll put shit in the group. They will just post their promotions, they'll post stuff about them, but we want people to interact. We want people to leave a legacy and hope and purpose for other women. So I'm happy to do a bit of we're sort of out of time now, but I can come up with some suggestions based on the purpose of the group for daily themes, and you can put some down, and like what we did when we decided on the daily themes, and they're not set in concrete. You can change them all the time. So
yes. May I just interject here for a second? I have to always go with my